How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTCReaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading while the price is going up or down. So if we look over at total for the daily, we did see a continuation forward. We did try to break that 928 area that we have been mentioning, and we got rejected. So I would watch for a continuation to the downside from here. This may be forming a long upper shadow candle. If followed by a red candle, could cause us to pull back to that 801 area. Remember, there is a retest area of around this 832 zone according to our MPP. Stochastic is pushing up, VWAP is favoring bullish, RSI is pushing up, momentum is gaining strength, and the money flow is in the green, so we do look decent there. Again, I would just watch that VWAP close. If it holds bullish, we could continue forward on those lower those altcoins. Watch these lower time frames. So we do have potentially lower highs and lower lows. If we make a lower high here, rejecting that 936, then it's likely we would make a bearish trend, and then that's where we would continue lower. There is a 66% chance that we do pull around to the 908, and if we don't meet support there, that's where we would fall lower. VWAP is favoring bearish. It did reject that neutral. Momentum is breaking down, and money flow is starting to weaken, so watch that VWAP. If it continues to favor bearish, it's likely we would see that pull back here, and that would lead most of the altcoins lower. Over on Bitcoin for the daily, we do have a potential rounding top here as well, so I would exercise caution. That could end up making us reject away and pull back lower. Our momentum is starting to pull away. VWAP is starting to reject. It did try to cross bullish, but we got a lower high, and now we are pushing down, so watch lower time frames. Momentum is rounding with a double red dot, and money flow is pulling back. Over on the 1 hour here, our VWAP is trying to break bullish after getting lower lows, but watch for a lower high. This could be a lower high, and if we see a lower high here, we would end up breaking down and pushing lower. Momentum is favoring bearish, so if that VWAP breaks down, momentum will lead money flow lower, and we will see higher time frames weaken. That would cause a further push to the downside. If we look over at the MPP, it does give us a probability of breaking that 100K, so we are making a consolidation in this range. But again, watch this this little micro trend here. We do have lower lows with lower highs potentially forming, and if we get a rejection here and make another lower low, then it's likely bears would gain control and we would see a pullback. So over on graph for the daily, we are seeing indecision. We did try to break up toward that 26 and we got a rejection. Momentum is pushing up, VWAP is bullish, money flow is pulling back, so again, I would exercise caution here. Over on our 1 hour, we do have potential lower highs and lower lows. Momentum is starting to reject. Our VWAP is rejecting as well. Money flow is pulling back. If that VWAP continues to reject, momentum will lead money flow lower, and higher time frames will start to weaken at this point. Over on Anchor, probably very similar. We did try to break to our 4049, but we were unable to hold, so we may see a further down drop if the rest of the market continues to pull back. Momentum is pushing up though. VWAP is bullish, getting a higher high after getting a lower low, so watch very close. We could try to make a bullish trend. Again, that would be dependent on the rest of the market, because if the rest of the altcoins sell off, it's highly likely Anchor would follow. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a lower low, so I would watch. We could end up breaking away and pushing down again if we make a lower high. So if we push up to this 39.75 and then reject, making a lower high there, and then we push and break that 37.67, that's where we could continue lower. VWAP is trying to break bullish. Momentum is in the bullish territory. Money flow is bullish. So if that VWAP can stay bullish, then we do have that chance to continue further still. There's a 40% chance of pushing to 44 cents here. Over on XRP for the daily, don't really have very much action. Indecision candle. Momentum is pretty flat. VWAP is flat. Money flow is flat. So the daily is not very helpful. Over on the 1 hour here, if we zoom in, we do have a potential consolidation range here, so we could make a flag above our flag to help push us up. But VWAP is favoring bearish. Watch that close. If we get a rejection or a lower high here, momentum will remain bearish. Money flow will start to pull back, and we would end up rejecting. There is a chance that we do push up. Only a 33% chance to $1.90. Otherwise, we do have a 58% chance of retesting that $1.05. So if you're not in, that may be a decent area to buy. Maybe you want to buy somewhere around like here. Let's buy 50 right around there. We can change that to 200 if you like to. So 200, and let's do 400 just because XRP is not really too expensive for, so 400 if it would let us. It's less than the minimum. Well, we have 400. I don't know how that's lower than 0, but there we go. So there we go. Now let's do that. So that would be your trade. That would be in between both our breakdown points. Again, don't go for the max pain or the max gain. Odds are you would get left out. Momentum is bearish. VWAP does want to push up, but it is starting to struggle. So watch if that VWAP breaks away. If it does, then it's likely that buy order would end up filling and we would push lower. Over on algo for the daily, we did run up pretty decent. So we did get a pretty strong sell-off, push forward. So if we look here, we will go to our positions. So we'll jump to our position screen. So over on algo, get that out of our way. So over on algo, we have a decent profit, about $20 profit. If we look, we have 300 algo. We may say we want to sell some now. Let's say we're not feeling too confident, like we think the market may pull back. So you may create a new sell order. Don't want to do a buy, do a sell 200. And we will do that right around here. Please enter the right date. Is the right date. Don't know why it would default. There we go. So we can say we're selling some right here. That would give us a little bit of a profit in this range. Or you could pull it back just slightly. So right there, modify order. Now it filled. So we did take some profits there. So not much profit, but we do have 100 algo. 100 algo, not worth very much, but that trade almost gave us free algo. That's the point, because if you can get a little bit free at a time by taking profits and then buying in at lower points, then you're going to overall be able to DCA in, DCA out, beat the market, and continue higher. Most people, they buy on FOMO, sell off because things start pulling back. Realistically, you want to sell when you're green and buy when you're red. VWAP is bullish, momentum is pushing up, so the daily does look decent. But again, if the rest of our altcoins do break down, it's likely we could continue lower, and there is a 70% chance we pull back to 23 cents. So if we want to buy that 200 algo back, we could do that right around this support resistance area, around that 25 cents. And then if we make a bounce off that support, we could see further bullish momentum. But if we break down, then we could DCA in lower, somewhere like that value area high. VWAP is favoring bearish, so keep an eye on that. Momentum is breaking away. If that VWAP does not reverse, money flow will continue lower, and we will break away on higher time frames. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. This is also a descending triangle that can break us down. Have a great night. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and join us in the Discord.